Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to invest in gold, really mining stocks, like an insider. And specifically what I'm going to talk about are private placements in pre-IPOs and secondary offerings. If you look below this video, you'll see a link to a PDF that I wrote about this. And basically, when you typically buy a stock, you do it through a brokerage account. You buying shares off of the stock exchange, looking to sell shares on the stock exchange, or trade ETFs. We're going to speak about something totally different than that. We're talking about directly financing in companies. And when you buy stocks on the stock market, you're buying them from another individual trader or institution or whoever. In this case, though, you're buying shares directly from companies, and they're doing this to raise money. That's the real purpose for shares. Now, to do this, in the past, you had to be an accredited investor. That meant that you had to make over $1 million in the United States, or have over $1 million in the United States net worth, or make over $200,000 in the previous 2 years. Often that's still the case, but thanks to the Obama Jobs Act of a couple years ago, it's not necessarily the case in all instances, and it depends on the type of offering a company is using to finance their deal. So it's a case-by-case instance. You need to examine the type of offering, talk to the representatives of the offering, and get the straight information. But what I'm looking to do is be involved in the mining sector with exploration stocks for the most part, in private placements with them. With the bulk of my investing in mining stocks, I am using the ETFs, but outside that, I'm doing some small buys, planning on doing small buys using private placements. And I'm going to show you how to find them with venture capital in websites that are talking about the deals that are available and how to find them for yourself. But when it comes to exploration stocks, they're small cap stocks, and they need to do financing via stock offerings to raise money. Huge companies, the IBMs, the Oracles, or whatever, Newmont, they can issue junk bond debt to raise money, to borrow money, and so forth. But exploration stocks, for the most part, most of them don't have revenue, and they need to raise money using shares. And then they use the money to buy the rights to properties, to do drilling on the properties, to see if they can be mined. And they'll do a feasibility study to make that decision, which will lay out how much it will cost to put a mine in operation, and how much money can be made, and so forth. Now, in bear markets, like we saw from 2011 through 2015, these stocks will have market caps typically in the $1 million to $5 million range, essentially penny stocks, really, microcap stocks. But in bull markets, these type of stocks will typically trade with market caps in the $30 to $50 million range, and some will even go well beyond that. Now, in the end, with mining properties, the statistics are when they explore them, drill them, only 1 in 1,000 will pay off and become a mineable deposit that's feasible to make money with. So it's a very speculative world, but it's a necessary world, because this is how properties are put into production. A small company will, explore these properties, will find a mineable deposit, and then it will either become a takeover candidate for a large cap mining company, which will send the stock into the stratosphere, or they'll do a joint venture deal, get companies to invest in the stocks. But for people who get in at the beginning, the payoffs can be huge when it happens. Now, with mining stocks in Canada, when you do a private offering, typically there's a 4-month holding period if the stock's already trading, or a 4-month holding period when it comes public. And typically they'll have a warrant attached to them. A warrant is a long-term option to buy more shares, usually near the financing price. It's a huge bonus. It's the real true bonus that the secondary offering offers for a stock that's already trading. So let's say there's a stock trading at 10 cents and you buy $10,000 worth of the shares, 100,000 shares for 10 cents. But there's a warrant attached to it for 12 cents to buy more. Another, let's say 100,000 shares. And you think, well, that's nice. It's an option. And you hold the stock and you look a year later and you're trading at 20 cents. Well, now your warrant gives you the option to buy the shares at 12 cents when they're trading at 20 cents. A huge bonus, and that's the real kicker that a secondary offering can give. Now, my plan over the coming years, and I think we're in a bull market that's going to last for years, is to buy a basket of secondary offerings with warrants attached and hold them with the idea that these are investments for the next couple of years, and some of them are going to go up, and I'll be able to use the warrant and really, be making a huge return with a small amount of investment. Now, I can't predict which exploration stocks will go up the most, so I'm planning on investing in an entire basket of them. But let's talk about finding financings. And I will talk about in the Power Investor update stocks I am investing in and in financings I'm looking at it and so forth. But if you want to look at and do your own research on this, let me show you how to do that. So there's websites in the United States that have all kinds of offerings out there available to us. In the past, these would have been secret. You really would have to be an insider to know about them or have someone tell you about them personally. It could be a broker, someone with the company, whatever the case is. So it's really like an insider thing. You had to be connected. Companies were prohibited from really advertising these things to the general public, but thanks to the Obama Jobs Act and Regulation A offerings, that's changed. Some offerings are different too. Some offerings have to remain secret. It all depends on what type of offering they're doing, but many offerings are now out there to the general public. This is one website, crowdfund.co. You can register and look at different offerings they got, details on how this works. There's an article below this link from the New York Times we got linked to describing how the laws have evolved here. Let me show you, there's literally dozens, maybe hundreds of websites like this. But here's another one, seedinvest.com. This one's actually mentioned in the New York Times article. Again, these are two American websites. And I just want to show you an example of how this works. I'm not registered with either one of these websites, so this can give us an example of what's going on here. Here are two companies that are raising money. One is called VirtueX. It says it's a reality motion platform. Another one is the creator of DietBet, making motivational gains to help people achieve their dieting goals. Well, let's just click this one. I'm not investing in this thing. I'm not recommending you invest in this thing. I don't know anything about it. Just showing you what's going on here. So here's a YouTube video. I guess they're making this virtual reality gizmo, and they raised $3.9 million. They're looking to raise more money. They've raised $8 million up to date. They got 31 employees, and they got a share price of $2.33. They've got an offering circular you can look at to find out more information. They say they've got orders of 4,000 of this product, and here's the information. So you can, I assume, buy this gizmo. Is this a good product? I have no idea. I don't know anything about virtual reality. I know nothing about it. And there could be a giant competition for this. I know Facebook is saying they're going to do a virtual reality thing. There could be dozens, if not hundreds, of companies trying to get into this space. That's often what happens in the technology world. And then, I'm not a Silicon investor, a Silicon Valley guy. I don't know anything. I'm not interested in this. I'm just showing you this is the kind of stuff going on. And I'm not qualified to tell you if this is a good deal or not. No interest in this. just showing you these are the kind of things going on now, thanks to the Obama Jobs Act. But I'm interested in the mining world. So here's a website that's in Canada called KlondikeStrike.com, done by this Red Cloud organization, and they've got mining listings. So now we're getting into a world I am interested in, and here's a way to find out about mining offerings. You can go on this website, and here's a couple they've got right here at the top. Again, I'm not recommending you buy any of these. I don't know anything about these. I'm just showing you the website. I'm going to show you a way you can find these offerings yourself if you're interested. Private placement mining offering announced, and go to news. You'll then see announcements for private offerings, and you can make a list of them and start to go through them. So some of them will be closing, like this one's closed, so it's too late. But here's one, March 23rd. It says it was announced. So here's the Newswire. It's a trading stock, CUG, and they are doing 8,000 units for 6.5 cents a share. They're looking to raise $520,000. It's got a warrant attached for 2 years for 10 cents. So if you I mean, I'm not recommending this. I don't know anything about this stock. I'm just showing you how to find these things, and what you would do is make a list of them, study the companies, look at their information, call them and talk to them, fill them out, find one you like, do the homework, right? Just showing you the step to start doing that sort of homework, and you would be able to, if you're interested in this one, go to their website. Here's an email to contact the person for more information. And I'm planning on doing this every month. They're talking to people I know, finding out what's going on, and looking for a company or two to get involved with and do a private placement and build a basket of them. So that's my plan, to get involved in this world of secondary offerings and buy mining stocks like an insider and get these warrants and, participate in what I think will be a bull market for several years. So, and again, more information about this on a regular basis in the Power Investor Updates.